So let's talk about Mack Horton and his rivalry with the Chinese swimmer Sun Yang. And might surprise some people, but I'm sort of siding with the Chinese swimmer at this stage because I had a bit of a look around, and I'll show you what I found. So that's the Instagram. We'll get to that in a minute. But I was looking at this ABC news article, and apparently the controversy comes about because apparently I think it was a security guard of Sun Yang's smashed some vials of blood, right? But when you dig deeper into it, it looks like look here. It says that the crucial chronology of what happened that night. So, of the 3 people who arrived to test Sun at his home at around 11 p.m. on September 4th, 2018, only one had proper accreditation. The swimmer had blood extracted and when filling out the paperwork noticed anomalies which he queried. When the answers weren't to his satisfaction, he called his coach, the head of Chinese swimming delegation, and his lawyer, all of whom advised against signing incorrect paperwork. This happens quite a bit, where things don't add up. So there we go, blah blah blah. One of this testing entourage was at the time taking photos and taking video of the swimmer without authority or permission to do so. Sun's entourage queried the qualifications of a nurse who collected the blood from Sun, known as a blood collection assistant or BCA. So there's a bit of a bit of anomalies here. Where was this actually? Was this in China? So it could have been sort of. Where are we here? Blah blah blah. Okay. So they refused. So they decided that, the test was rubbish, and they didn't want to give the vials to the testers. They phoned the chief doctor of the local hospital, who also acts as deputy director of the Shenyang Anti-Doping Center, asking what should be done to dispose of the blood sample. So basically, they took it upon themselves to get rid of these blood samples. So importantly, the person who oversees international doping tests and management was called into these discussions from his base in Sweden. So he's not trying to hide anything. He's asking around. What should I do about these samples? They're not taking them properly. These guys have got not the proper accreditation. The paperwork doesn't look right. Standoff continued and several alternatives were canvassed. The Chinese team decided to have the security guard smash the vial with a hammer. So it wasn't actually Sun Yang that smashed the vials, it was a security guard. So anyway, the aftermath was the tribunal described the decision as foolish and took the opportunity to warn against such action. So basically what's happened is FINA accepted the findings of the inquiry, but the World Anti-Doping Agency didn't. So that's why he's going to go to like a court now, the Court of Arbitration of Sport, CAS. So it looks like it was just a big balls up, pardon my French, and he got stuck in the middle of this sort of thing, and so that's why I'm sort of leaning towards the Chinese swim at the moment. Now he did have a positive test for a drug. Where are we? He did have a positive test. I'm just trying to find the name of it. Tramadol or something. I think it's a stimulant, but apparently the drug was just put on the ban list very soon. After he got tested, before he got tested, so it might have just been a lack of proper keeping up with all the anti-doping drugs that are on the list, the ban list from his doctors. So that's neither here nor there, and I think that's where a lot of the controversy comes in, where they were saying that he took a 3-month ban in secret and so forth. So I'm sitting on the fence here with that one, because he shouldn't have taken that banned stimulant. And but a lot of times they keep changing all the drugs that are on the ban list, and sometimes you might be sort of taking some sort of medication or something. Or I think at the time they were saying that it was some Chinese herbal remedy and it had this stimulant in it. So, you know, that's not something I know too much about. But the fun part comes when you look at his Instagram. So let's go to his Instagram and look at the check out the yeah, let's just zoom in a bit. There we go. So the Aussies are getting stuck into the Chinese here. So this is on Mack Horton's Instagram account. So I like this guy. Where are we? Hang on a minute. He's talking about the Chinese English that's being displayed here. Where was it? We have to leave China because our air and water is badly polluted by the rubbish from Australia. And they do all the waste of rubbish. The Chinglish on this thread is next level hilarious. I know it's a second language and all, but damn, if I can't speak Chinese, I'm sure as hell not going to try. Fair point. So there's a lot of, apparently Sun Yang is huge in China. Make you amazed, stand beside you for a clean sport, don't listen to the haters, they're just jealous. I think Max, he needs to look into this case a bit more. See your face, I wonder how many drugs you have taken. I got all these troll accounts from China. And let's load some more. So it's interesting, the Chinese mentality here. It says, I have a question for you, Mr. Horton. Don't you think it's a shame to lose your country if you don't stand on the podium and don't respect Sun Yang and China? I think this is just a personal vendetta against Sun Yang, to be quite honest. Where are we? Listen, I don't speak Chinese, so I don't know what this guy's saying. Lots of Chinese flags, a lot of patriotism, a lot of what's this? Drinking so much foot washing water makes you cerebral palsy. Oh my god, this is just. I've just come here for the comment section. It should have that meme with the popcorn eating. Stand up for what you think is right. But if you look at the facts, you're just on your knee. I don't know what that one means. Let's load some more comments. Sun Yang should be banned for life. China only understands winning, not sportsmanship. Backwoods countries should only compete against. Like, not many people sort of look into it. Like I like to look into things if I'm going to make an opinion on it. And when I looked into it, I thought straight away, okay, you have a beautiful straight cut case. The guy's a drug cheat, and our guy Mack Horton's sort of standing up for clean sport. But that's a good one. Here we go. I have one question here. If you suspected that your opponent was on drugs, you should have asked for a test before the competition. Oh, hang on, 10 minutes up. Let's start it again. Before the competition, or protested before the start of the competition, then why did they protest after the loss? No offence. Fair point. There's a little bit of sentiment there that he's a sore loser and he protests once he lost. No, this is ridiculous how they're saying that his family is getting death threats. Just lay the facts out. If you're a Chinese person and you're a big fan of Sun Yang, just lay the facts out. And I've looked at the facts there, and it seems to be that there was one testing procedure that wasn't really followed too well, and the guys that were testing, the officials, didn't have the accreditation, and that's why they took offence to providing a sample, because these things can be manipulated and given false positives and that sort of thing. So he's got a right to make sure that everything's above board. I don't think Horton's teammates all tested positive for doping at the Rio and London Olympics. No, that's just rubbish. There you go. This guy's apologising on behalf of these Chinese mainlanders, Chinese descent. But sorry if any of this stuff's offensive, because I can't read Chinese, so I don't know what he's saying. Is he good? This one doesn't look good. Thumbs down. Loser. There's something like 14,000 comments. It's just ridiculous. And let's have a look at anything here. What's this? Never seen. What's this one say? Yeah, never seen this many Chinese get together and agree. Funny as. No, they tend to agree on a lot of things. Personally, I think he shouldn't have said anything unless he was absolutely sure that Sun Yi was a doper. You know, from what I can see, he did test positive for one stimulant, and that was put on the ban list shortly after his positive, shortly before his positive test. So it wasn't like a year or so before or anything. So it could have just been a oversight by his team that they weren't checking what he was taking, what supplements he's been taking, and one of them contained a banned substance. Laughing at all Chinese comments. Your protest was not against their country; it was against one man. That's going to be hilarious when a hero fails another drug test and his gold medal taken. Blah blah. We'll see. And one thing the Chinese can't deny is they had a period a few years back. I think it was actually, how many years ago was it? It was quite a few years ago when they had the female Chinese swimmers, and we were just laughing in Australia about how ridiculously masculine they looked. They're obviously on a steroid program, and I think that was something to protest about. But this doesn't seem like it's. Oh, yeah, it looks a bit offensive. I'll pass through that one. Don't play if you can't afford to lose. Good on you for sticking to your principles. All you little Chinese peasants are little keyboard warriors, aren't you? That sounds like something that Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, would say. You like what do you call it? What was that character he had when he was in the Middle Ages? Oh, you're Chinese peasants. This one does behave. This is getting quite addictive, isn't it? Checking out what sort of comments you got here. Yeah, people just standing for Mack Horton just out of national pride, I guess. Wow, totally lost respect for China as a country and its people after reading the horrific comments its inhabitants are leaving, calling people fat, threatening to kill his mum, his girlfriend, obviously out of line. Yeah, I agree with that. Just stick with the facts. He oh, here we go. He wait, but the tester didn't have credentials. It's illegal in China, which is pretty much what I found as well. Elke, she's got it wrong here. Actually, it's not if you compete as an elite athlete, you can be tested anywhere, any time as stated. That's two different subjects, Elke. Like, I don't think he's objecting being tested, it's just that they didn't have the right credentials. I'm not too sure, maybe they were short-staffed, but you've got to have people that follow the correct procedures for these drug tests. Because things can get contaminated, all sorts of things can go wrong. They're very sensitive tests. Okay, we'll leave it at that. So just have a look through. Just have a look through the comment section. It's quite interesting to say the least. Pull your heads. Don't give Mac too much grief. He's a young fellow. He hasn't. He obviously hasn't looked into this case very, very well. if you know something I don't about Sun Yang, whether I'm mistaken, he is a real drug cheat. If there's more things about it, then comment below. But at the moment, it just looks like there was an issue, or it was pretty stupid that they smashed the vials. But I guess what else are they going to do if they let them take him? They should have, I don't know, maybe put him in the safe or something. I don't know. I think that's what WADA had trouble with. They thought, you don't start smashing blood vials just because the paperwork wasn't in order and that sort of thing. It's unfortunate. Fina's like the swimming head of swimming. Fina did not get their act together before a major championship. Sun Yang should not be allowed to compete. No. The thing is, Fina didn't take issue with the whole thing. It was WADA that they're going to take him to court about smashing the vials. So there we go. I think my favourite one is the Chinglish. It's obvious that you get some passionate Chinese supporters, and they go on Google Translate and they just sort of write in their hateful comments, and it spews out the other end, and they chuck it on here. But sometimes it doesn't work out too well. So you have a bit of a laugh at the translations. What this one is: Olympic champion 3 vs 1, 6 vs 1. What that means? World record 1 vs 2. I don't know. Anyway, okay, we'll leave it at that, guys. That's my opinion. I'm siding with the Chinese swimmer Sun Yang at the moment, and until leave your comments below if there's any evidence that he is a systematic doper. Just put them down below, and I'll do another video and we'll expose him. But at the moment, he made one mistake, or his medical team made one mistake with I think it was the amphetamines. They were in a medication he was taking, and besides that, he seems pretty clean. So we'll leave it at that. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.